Hi everyone! Welcome back to Human and Nature YouTube channel. Hello there, seekers of the strange and unexplained. Tonight, we're diving into a bone-chilling story that will leave you questioning every shadow and whisper in the dark. This is the tale of Willie, an avid adventurer whose solo trip into the wilderness took a terrifying turn. A mysterious house, unexplainable events, and a haunting video that reveals his horrifying final moments. Prepare yourselves for the ultimate descent into fear. Willie had always been drawn to the wilderness. A seasoned adventurer and hunter, he craved the solitude and challenge of surviving in nature. One crisp autumn morning, armed with little more than his rifle, a backpack, and his phone, Willie set off into the dense forest that stretched for miles beyond his small town. He assured his family he'd keep them updated and planned to stay out for days. What he didn't know was that this would be his final journey. By the afternoon of his first day, Willie stumbled upon something unexpected. Hidden behind a grove of twisted trees was an old, dilapidated house. Its structure was crumbling, with ivy crawling up its sides, and its windows were cracked or missing entirely. The door hung loosely on rusted hinges, creaking softly as the wind passed through. Though every instinct told him to avoid it, Willie's curiosity got the better of him. "Looks like shelter to me," he muttered, stepping inside. The air was thick and cold, carrying a faint, musty smell that suggested the house had been abandoned for decades. Dust blanketed the rotting wooden floors, and cobwebs hung like veils from the ceiling. Still, Willie decided it would make a suitable place to rest. As night fell, he made a small fire in the stone hearth and settled into an old, creaky bed he found upstairs. That night, he had a nightmare unlike any he'd ever experienced. He dreamed of shadowy figures standing at the foot of his bed, their faces obscured, their whispers unintelligible. When he awoke, his heart was racing, and the room felt unnaturally cold. "Just a bad dream," he told himself, forcing a nervous laugh. Nothing to worry about. The second night was worse. The full moon hung high in the sky, its silver light spilling through the broken window panes. Willie lay awake, staring at the ceiling, when he noticed movement out of the corner of his eye. He turned his head slowly toward the window. The moonlight illuminated a shadow, a tall, thin figure standing just behind the tattered curtain. Willie's breath caught in his throat. His rational mind screamed that it was just a trick of the light, but deep down, he knew it wasn't. "This isn't a dream," he whispered to himself, his voice trembling. Gathering his courage, he leapt from the bed and yanked the curtain aside. There was nothing there. His heart pounded as he scanned the room, but he found no sign of an intruder. Still, the unease lingered, wrapping around him like a suffocating fog. He didn't sleep for the rest of the night. By the third day, Willie's family noticed that something was wrong. He hadn't sent his usual text updates, and their calls went straight to voicemail. Alarmed, they decided to track his location using the GPS on his phone. As they ventured into the forest, the signal led them deeper and deeper into the woods, far from any well-trodden paths. Finally, they came upon the old house. Inside, the air was frigid despite the midday sun. The house felt alive in a way that was profoundly wrong, as if it were watching them. They found Willie upstairs, lying motionless on the bed. His skin was ice cold, his eyes wide open, and his face twisted in an expression of pure terror. There were no visible wounds, no signs of a struggle, yet it was clear that whatever had happened to him had been horrific. As they searched for answers, one of them picked up Willie's phone. A video was cued on the screen. With trembling hands, they pressed play. The footage was shaky and dimly lit, filmed in the very room where Willie lay. In the video, he was sitting on the bed, his face pale and his breathing shallow. He looked around the room as if he could see something just out of frame. A low, distorted voice echoed faintly in the background, though the words were incomprehensible. Then, Willie's voice broke through the silence. "No, I don't want to go with you. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. Let me go. He screamed, his voice rising to a frantic pitch. The camera jolted violently, as if it had been knocked from his hands. In the final moments of the video, the screen went dark, but the audio continued. There was the sound of heavy breathing, followed by a guttural growl, and Willie's blood-curdling scream. Then, silence. Horrified, his family fled the house, leaving Willie's lifeless body behind. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened in that cursed house. Some say the forest is haunted, that the house is a gateway to something otherworldly. Others believe it was simply Willie's mind unraveling under the weight of isolation. But those who have heard the story know one thing for certain: once you step into that house, you may never leave. To this day, no one knows what happened to Willie. Was it a malevolent spirit tied to the house? Or something darker, beyond human comprehension? The old house still stands, a grim monument to Willie's final adventure. Locals avoid it, warning others never to step inside. But one thing is clear: whatever lurks in that house doesn't let its visitors leave, not alive, anyway. Thank you for joining us for this chilling tale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling mysteries. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to Willie? We'll see you in the next terrifying episode. Stay safe and stay curious.